thank you again for tuning in to Military Hour. Our special guest today is Staci Miron. Staci is with Sonshine Companion Care, who has veteran services, and you want to listen up. Staci is a tireless veteran supporter and is doing a good work. Now, you've been a guest before, about 18 months ago, I believe, and at that time we were in the radio station, and I had to be moving a lot of buttons and such, but let's run down your company again, what you're doing for veterans, and how much needed service you give.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you for being here.
We're Sonshine Companion Care, and we do work from Pensacola, Escambia County, all the way through Bay, Holmes, and Washington County. And our home is in Pensacola. The home office is there. And we are a non-medical in-home care agency, taking care of the needs of pretty much everything, kind of like a wife, if you will, with regard to the house, taking care of the house, laundry, meals, rides, errands, just making sure that the families we serve, that they have peace of mind, that knowing that their loved one is taken care of and somebody's there to be their advocate as well. So if the family wants, we can take them to the appointments and make notes. If the families want us to go into the doctor actual appointment with them in the room, we can, take notes and keep the family abreast of what's, happening with the health. So that's an option. We also are going to start a fee-for-service program. It's an extra monitoring program, which will be we will be able to, and the families will be able to see their loved one if they live out of state. Mm-hmm. And so we're kind of launching that in the next 6 months as well. So that's going to be really cool.
That'll be an added service.
Right.
And so coming to fruition is 6 months out for that.
Right.
Tell the audience and all our viewers an instance, and of course no names obviously, of how and what you're doing for these veterans and their care in their homes. So kind of run through that real quick for us one time.
Okay. Well, a typical client?
Yeah.
A typical client for the veterans, they would get 4 hours of homemaking a week, mm-hmm. and we're able to take them places or clean and cook for them. So basically it's whatever our clients want. So typically we will take them to some doctor's appointments, fix them food, throw laundry in first before we leave and get that cycle going, mm-hmm. and do some light housekeeping and laundry as well. So the difference that we make in a veteran's life is unbelievable, because the caregiver and the client, the caregiver and the vet will have a relationship, just a nice friendship that they know that they can count on somebody coming every week. One time at Thanksgiving, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, there was definitely a problem, and we saved a life. So our client called me on Sunday, and we knew that the caregiver wasn't scheduled till Tuesday, but I went over there and did some things for free, helped him with food and some different items, and I didn't stay too long. I stayed about an hour and a half or so. Then that Monday, everything seemed fine. Tuesday, the caregiver's scheduled day, so nobody answered the door. And we did a wellness check, so she called in, what should I do? I said, well, call the cops for a wellness check. They weren't able to open the door in Pensacola. They're not allowed to. So they called EMS. They came over, broke the door down. Not down, but, they entered the house safely without damage to the home.
Right.
And we did find our client in the bathtub. They had fallen in there, but we saved that life. So you never know when, we save lives. And I'm just so humbled by that. And you think 4 hours isn't, enough. in a week, but it's a big help, and we can break that up for 2 hours at a time if the client wishes. So that is even more contact if they, break the hours up like that. So, and there's also a respite. So there's 4 hours of homemaking available, and that's only going to be for those veterans who have two problems with ADLs, the activities for daily living. That's right. And so they'll have to have problems in the shower, feeding themselves, or dressing themselves.
Yeah, that type of thing. That's just fabulous. Sonshine Companion Care. And what is the website that people can go to? What's the exact nomenclature, URL rather, I should say?
Right. It's www.sunshine with an O, like Son of God. So sunshinecompanion.care.com. And caregivers that are interested can apply online. Clients that are interested can, reach out to us that way. And our phone number, our hotline for everyone really is 850-764-6638. And my phone number, I'm the owner. You can get a hold of us anytime at the 764 number, or call me directly at 850-346-0352.
Now let's do one more thing. Let's give the address as well, because you are out of Pensacola, correct?
Right.
So thank you again for making the trip over this morning.
No problem. The address there is
excuse me,
1010 North 12th Avenue, Suite 233, Pensacola, Florida, 32501. So it's 1010 North 12th Avenue, Suite 233, Pensacola, Florida, 32501.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that. And please visit the website. There is a wealth of information there. Obviously, I went to look at it. Not that I can retain everything, but it's well constructed, easy to navigate, and you can get the help there. Now, the VA does pay for these services, correct? If the veteran is eligible for them.
Right. And the veteran has to go to their primary doctor at the VA. They can't do it from another provider yet, although I hope to see that happen in the future. But they go to that home provider at the VA, and then again, 2 of the 3 problems with the activities of daily living, and the Veterans Association, they are cracking down and giving way less homemaking. It seems.
Aid in attendance.
Right. Yeah. Well, the homemaking is a 4-hour homemaking. And then the veterans do offer a respite program as well for veterans that are taking care of their wives, or the wives are taking care of them. That's 6 hours every other week. That program is ramping up even more, it seems. So if you know a vet out there that's not able to leave the home very often because of anything, maybe Alzheimer's or cancer or anything like that, they're just having to stay in the home and take care of
stroke and aren't ambulatory anymore. Yeah, and I know a couple of those right here. So
absolutely. Sure, so you pass that information on to the veteran and send them right to that doctor, get a prescription or a consult, we call it. Yeah. So get that consult through, and you can choose Sunshine Companion Care to be the provider. And, that'll be a good thing. We'll be glad to help.
I think what you're doing is more than admirable, because you're like 24/7. So you're available for those veterans that are, I hate to use the word approved, that are able to receive the aid and attendance via the VA. Something we briefly spoke about earlier was the Choice Card program that they rolled out too early in 2014 that now is beginning to be implemented, from what I've seen, and being used by veterans. So that may be something you might want to look into, and I'm going to promise you I'm going to send you information on that so you can research it and see if that would help with what you're doing and some of your goals with Sonshine Companion Care.
The more we can serve, the better. Yeah. Serve our veterans. So another thing we should talk about for vets is the aid and attendance. That's a separate thing.
Sure.
That brings in, up to or more, $1,298 a month for that veteran. They have to be housebound and not driving anymore. So that, again, goes through the doctor, and they have to have the honorable discharge and things of that nature. But that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. There's still billions of dollars in those accounts from what I hear. So don't feel bad to avail yourself of that.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, because I still hear this from veterans. Because I always ask, are you in the VA system at all? Well, no, I don't want to take anything away from veterans that really need it. I'm like, you're not taking anything away from anybody. Those monies are all appropriated, and they're laying. They're there for you. You earned them. So don't think you're taking something from a vet. I felt the same way for years and years and years. I never got in the system. And then it became a necessity, and I'm thankful that I'm in the system. It's all I have, and it's fine with me. But there are so many veterans that feel that way, like they're going to be taking something from a veteran that has more and greater needs. Well, shouldn't feel that way. Just shouldn't. Obviously, there are people that have more and greater needs. There are people that have less needs than you, but you earned it. So appropriate it. I just banged the table. I get in trouble for that. So it's the passion comes out.
I get in trouble for things at my office when I don't do things right.
And you're the boss.
Yeah.
So imagine that.
But
good employees give you trouble, right?
Exactly. That's right. As it should be.
Absolutely.
I'm actually, they're my boss now. I think they're so good at what they do.
Well, that's good.
So
yeah, that's good. They make you look good. They're doing the job. I'll tell you what. Tell us. Again, because I was intrigued by the story, and I want you to be able to share it about how you moved your life into this area of veteran care, because I thought it was an intriguing story and a good story.
Well, when my brother and I were young, we would take our bikes to, everywhere. But we found a nursing home, and we drove in there, and the driveway was really long anyway. We got up in there, and we just began to talk to seniors, and we loved it. We were 8 and 9 years old, and when we started, and we loved hearing the stories of people in the war, and sometimes the wives of people, maybe their spouse was deceased and they were in the assisted living. But the stories were always intriguing, and we loved to hear them. And we hated to read, because we were output people, not input people.
Yeah.
Not that we're dumb or anything, but we just would rather be on our bikes. Or I grew up figure skating, so either I was on the ice or on my bike with my brother. So we would begin to do this just all the time. And we never stopped. We kept going to that assisted living even after I was married and gone from the home, but still lived in the same county over there in Michigan. So we would, my brother and I would meet, get on our same old bikes, and ride up there on our bikes, just like in the olden days. And we didn't grow, so the bikes were still good. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, I come from a long line of short people too.
Right.
But, I don't know that road was that long you were talking about riding, or if you were just that small at that point. That road might not look as long now.
Exactly.
As we get older.
Exactly.
But that is just a great story, and obviously you have a heart for serving, and especially the elderly population. They tell me I'm rapidly approaching that, but I'm denying it until I die. So
exactly.
But in any event. 5 counties? Did I hear that you're in 5 counties here in the Panhandle?
We are in Escambia, Santa Rosa, Walton, Okaloosa, Bay, Holmes, and Washington.
7 counties. Kudos to you.
Thanks.
What a terrific program. So veterans have to be eligible, have to have those 2 ADLs, activities of daily living, that they can't do for themselves, feeding or dressing or bathing. And then they can get 4 hours a week of in-home paid-for care by the VA once they get the consult and the doc says, yeah, you need help at home.
Right.
And the caveat to that was they can no longer drive.
No, the caveat, no, they can still drive.
Oh, they can.
But with the aid and attendance, that different program where $1,298 comes into their account, that's when they cannot drive.
I'm glad you cleared that up because
Right.
I misunderstood that.
Right. Okay. So that's called aid and attendance.
Right.
Where the monies come in to their account. Now, let's say there's a married couple and he's getting the $1,298 and he passes. The wife gets then I think $1,198 or 10. No, I think $1,098. So nearly $1,100 she will get from their surviving benefits. Mm-hmm. So, if you feel like you need it and the doctor okays it and you get it, it's a great program. They don't put any restrictions on how you spend that money. You can save it. You can use it for in-home care. You can, basically do anything you want with it. So that's a beautiful thing as well.
Now, a real quick question. If, say the spouse, male or female, is then receiving it, do they have to, reapply to get that benefit, or is that an automatic that then is given?
It's automatic. Then okay. once he gets the aid and attendance, or she, the veteran, sometimes the veterans are females, so then that surviving spouse would get the other portion, the lesser. So it's $1,098.
Well, I certainly didn't know that. So the number to call, Staci Miron and her assistants, let's call them assistants because it sounds like they're
colleagues.
They're colleagues that are running the show for you. 850-764-6638. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. I am certain that Staci and her staff will do everything in their power and whatever is possible to help you help a vet with their ADLs and what's going on in their life. Transportation, meals and laundry, light housekeeping. You can run errands. You can assist with relocation. So
right.
Like if somebody needs to move from Block A over 3 streets to another place, you can help them move.
Absolutely.
Right?
We can. What we do is we help declutter the home and downsize their belongings, and we're able to take them to Goodwill or wherever their choice is.
Sure.
So we help with that, and then once the furniture is out, we do complete clean-outs of the home to make it ready for sale or rent, whatever they choose to do with the home. So we've relocated a lot of our seniors and we don't do the actual move, but we've really helped them with that.
Yeah, that's terrific. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting re-educated here because I didn't realize you did all of that from our last interview. But that is fabulous, and you're growing, and that also is fabulous that you're growing. And maybe it's veterans need the care, but hopefully it's not that their numbers are growing that need the care. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And
it'd be better if we had none that needed it.
Right.
But that's not the reality. So.
I want to add too that we are a vendor. We're vendors for Sonshine Health, American Elder Care, which is now Humana, Council on Aging, the Porch Creek Indians. So the veterans can also avail themselves of those Medicaid waivers. So they could get the 4 hours of care, plus they could sign on. In Pensacola, there's a big waiting list, but you call Northwest Florida Area Agency on Aging to get on the waiting list. I don't know where it's called here in this county, but it would be like the Council on Aging. Call Council on Aging and find out how you can get on a waiting list. So that would be for Medicaid waiver.
Yeah, I would think logically you'd call Council on Aging.
Right, and some of our people get up to 30 hours of help a week.
Wow.
That's amazing. Now, normally it's going to be 8 to 12 hours, something, a little bit smaller than that. Mm-hmm. But, in Sonshine Health, they offer that the caregiver can have them in their car. Humana doesn't allow that. So Humana is a great choice for people that, don't need to get out as often. And Council on Aging, I think that they allow you the client to get in the caregiver's car as well. But those kinds of things are nice to know when you're choosing, the source of your Medicaid waiver. All the companies are amazing. Advocacy is at the forefront. I'm also vetted with Department of Children and Family Services.
Well, good for you.
So we were just awarded, actually, we received the award this Monday. We're really proud to have been awarded the most outstanding partner for community in terms of they have an individual award and an agency award, a provider award. We won the provider award, but we do know the guy who won the individual award is from Penn Air, and that's Chris White. So, and I'm a member at Penn Air, so it's like a really great little family now, that we're serving with due diligence to have family members have that peace of mind, knowing that their family is being loved, taken care of, and
if you've never been a caregiver for a family member, you really don't know how, no matter how much you love your family member, how taxing and how big a job and responsibility that is. I mean, it will take just about everything out of you. But, you'll continue on and you'll continue to help your loved one. But I remember when I was doing that, if I could have had 4, 5, 6 hours just to get away, once a month for me would have been like unbelievable. Like I could have just went and sat by a pond or something. Terrific. I'm talking way back, like 1996. So as far as I knew, nothing like that was around. Now, real quickly, Staci, you mentioned, was it Sonshine Health Care?
Sonshine Health is
Sonshine Health,
a Medicaid waiver provider.
You're not. I don't want to use the word. You don't own that, and you're not part of that company.
Well,
correct?
Sonshine Health is a Medicaid waiver, but we are a vendor for them.
Understand.
So case managers from Sonshine Health come up with clients that need help, and then they call us, and then we help.
Right.
So we're the one of their agency providers.
I understand. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that the viewing audience understands that. No, you don't own Sonshine Companion Care and Sonshine Health.
No,
so
just
you're in that layer
care
to help get people help.
Right.
So, good deal. Just terrific. Absolutely love that.
And we do pet care as well. Like if people sometimes our elderly, they go out of town just as well, and so maybe they can't bring their animal or they want to leave it back home. So we do provide that as well, and plant and pet care, and just overall
pet care. Now I know they got to pay for that. Tell me they have to pay for that out of their own pocket.
It is good. Right. I mean, good. But if we have a lot of private clients as well that maybe they're out of town, and we also look after their homes. We have snowbirds that come in and out, and so sometimes we have a couple accounts where we just look after their house a little bit while they're away. And
funny you said snowbirds, because I was going to ask if you take care of my penguin. But,
sure.
Anyway, I say that in jest because with this crazy mustache, sometimes little kids will see me in the store and you'll hear me ask their mom, "Hey, Mom, is that the General?" Like the commercial thing.
Right.
And I had a little boy one time ask me, "Hey, Mister, where's your penguin?" I said, "He's at home in the pool. He's got to stay cool." But that rabbit hole, I do those rabbit holes and rabbit trails now and then. But
that's fun.
I just brought that to mind. Pet care. That's amazing. Just amazing. What's the cost on pet care?
$17.25 right now is our hourly rate in Pensacola, and here in this city too, in Panama City. So we're at $17.25 for like hourly, we have a 2-hour minimum. And then we have a fantastic pricing on our live-in prices. So we can bring people from the rehab center. Maybe they only need live-in care for a week or two. So that's fine. There's no time limit on that. And our pricing on that is $190 a day to start. And then if we have somebody that's not sleeping at night, maybe they have sundowners or other issues,
I've heard
then
of sundowners.
our pricing on those that style is $250 a day for a 24/7 period.
Sure.
And there again, the caregiver will do all the daily things that are needed. Our company is a non-medical company, and here in the state of Florida, we're not allowed to do the bathing portion, right. But we either bring another company in who will, or call hospice or some other nursing agencies that it will be covered under the Medicare. So there's a lot of ways that we can keep everyone safe and clean and healthy, and they don't have to pay for every single,
Very, very admirable. I am very pleased that I got to meet you about 18 months ago, I believe it is. Maybe it was sooner, but I'm thinking 18 months. One last time, give everybody the website, address, and the phone number.
Okay, on Sonshine Companion Care, we're located at 1010 North 12th Avenue, Suite 233 in Pensacola, 32501. And our web address is www.sunshinecompaniencare.com, and we've got a great way for caregivers to apply, and clients can apply as well. And then our phone number is 850-764-6638. If for any reason you can't get through, texting is beautiful.
And there's an email link on the website as well, I believe.
Correct.
To contact.
Right, and that's sunshineeldercare@gmail.com with the E shares there, so it's only one E. But office@sunshinecompaniencare.com is even better. So office@sunshinecompaniencare.com. Again, Sun with an O like Son of God. And it's been a pleasure talking with you today.
Absolutely, yeah. This has been more enlightening than the first time I met you. Continue doing this great work. Wish you every success. And please, you got an open invitation. Come back. Keep us apprised of what's going on with Sonshine Care. Ladies and gentlemen, Staci Miron, all the way over from Pensacola this morning. Thank you again. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.